Hey, beautiful people. I hope this finds you all well. As always, it is so lovely to be able to sit down with you all and to share a journey, share a moment in time. So, here we are approaching the new moon, and as always, as we approach that time, around that time, we prepare to drop the tarot insight and the energy update. And I've been really listening into the energy that is moving through this time, moving in and through the collective. And my awareness drifted back to the full moon as we marked very gently what was known as the flower full moon. And I have a really beautiful, if not powerful, story for you. It's one of immense courage, honoring those that have come before us, yet also a reminder that one day we will also become an ancestor too. So there I was working away on the full moon, and I completed the consultations for the day, which had been filled with magic and miracles, something I don't say lightly, and such heartfelt spirit contact. And I continue to feel really deeply humbled to do this work within these times, at this time. You know, spirit often say, you know, we're not here to fear these times, we are here to shape them, and we are living through the most kaleidoscopic of times. We are living through history. You know, so many people said, didn't they, 2012, the world was going to absolutely just, completely rupture. I think really we have been seeing that rupturing since. It's been the tower, as in the tower tarot card, like going over. But here's the thing, guys, alongside that, there is the most incredible, beautiful things also rising up alongside it. So it's like the phoenix rising from the ashes. The phoenix rising from the ashes. And I've just got within the family, we've got this incredible psychic artist. I just had their latest painting really fully in my mind there, which is of a green phoenix. Think about the phoenix rising from the ashes, but thinking about the green phoenix, a phoenix of healing. And that's what we are living through. So as much as that tower is going over, alongside it, the most profoundest, beautiful, incredible things are also shifting. And the other thing is, I feel this so deeply, and I do not say it lightly, is that the veils feel like they are really thinning at this time. So as much as these are crazy kaleidoscopic times, there is also this immense healing that is happening. So, when I say, it was a day that was filled with magic and miracles and such heartfelt spirit contact, I am feeling hugely humbled to do this work. As spirit often say, the oldest amongst us are being called into service, because we agreed to be here at this time to absolutely cut those templates and cut those pathways forwards. So there I was, finishing up consulting for the day, and I reached for the candles and the lanterns, lighting them within a prayer of deep gratitude. So often people say to me, when you sit at your altar side or your half side, and you weave Weaver's chair behind me there, you weave your work and you weave your intentions, you weave your magic. What do you do? Well, for such a long time now, when I kind of approach that altar and pray fearlessly and ferociously, it is all done with gratitude. So it's a sense of, crossing that threshold, sitting at that half side, in deep gratitude. You know, very, 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 very rarely do I ask for. You know, it is so often of thanks, and when I ask for, it is weaving a prayer, quite often for those that I hold in my heart and those that hold me in their heart. It is a weaving of holding, nourishing, nurturing, holding the light with and for others. You know, and I reach for those candles, I reach for those lanterns, lighting them within that prayer of deep gratitude. And around the full moon, I often remember my ancestor. Some of you may know this dream. I remember my ancestor who appeared to me in a dream years before. And within that dream, I was walking a pathway and a trackway. I knew I was in Ireland. I have Irish ancestry, and I knew I was in Ireland. And I was walking this trackway, and the further along the trackway I got, the further back in time I got. People's clothing would change. It was really messaging to me that I was going back through time. And there was a hedgeway, and I come off the trackway, walked across this hedgeway, through this hedgeway, and I come out into what was a moonlit grove, and there she stood holding a blackthorn staff, and she was whispering prayers to the full moon, whispering prayers of protection for her children's children. And it was at a time of great troubles within Ireland, a time that was very dangerous to practice those heathen ways. And it was basically join or die was the choice that they were given by the Roman English, who come to claim their land in the name of their Holy Father, ripping them away from their own land. Those were entire tribes, those were people, entire tribes of families all across the island, driven from their homes and murdered if they refused to convert. They were converted by the sword, told to kneel and to convert, or they would lose their head. St. Patrick led the charge to eradicate an entire nation of indigenous peoples in the name of his own faith. See, the thing is, for the Druids, the snake, see the snake? For the Druids, the snake is a symbol of renewal, is a symbol of rebirth. And what was St. Patrick known for? Driving the snakes out of Ireland. And many of those people, many of our people chose to fight, and all were eventually killed or converted. Some made it to the outskirts or across the sea and went into hiding elsewhere in the surrounding tiny islands, and their culture all but died off completely as a result. Sounds like a familiar story, does it not? So my ancestors standing there in this moonlit grove, holding this blackthorn staff, whispering prayers to the moon. Her prayers transcending time, weaving their way to me within my dreams a few years back. I had that dream and I saw her so clearly. I feel her still to this day very, very clearly. And I woke up feeling every word of that prayer, not knowing the language, yet feeling each and every word and breath. And I woke in floods of tears, crying, feeling every bit of that prayer and every bit of her life. For I knew I'd met an ancestor, an elder, a friend. I'd met blood and kin, and she was a young woman, yet as wise as the moor she stood on. So for me, I remember her on each full and new moon, and I still feel her whispers, I still feel her song, and I whisper back to her. The thing is, we come from greatness, and there will be a time that we become an ancestor too. And it's about what we do today that affects our tomorrows. Not only our tomorrows, but those around us. So never underestimate the prayer that you weave that comes from deep within your heart. Never underestimate that time that you sit underneath that huge majestic oak tree, or in the wayside, the hedgeside, the liminal spaces, when it comes from a really heartfelt place. You know, I know that she was weaving that prayer as a prayer of protection for her children's children. And it was done with so much heart, with so much grace. She was living and breathing that pathway. It wasn't just something that was nice to do within a workshop, or nice to do on a Sunday when she was free. It was lived and breathed, and it was felt. And I think that's the thing, is the paths that we walk, where are they taking us? Where are they going? And I think that we live in a time where, as spirits say, we're being woven back into the centre. We're in a cycle of return. And the pathways that we're walking, are they one of repair? Are we tending to the future and the past? I'm going to leave all that with you. You'll see, come towards the end of the week, the energy updates and the tarot insights. Until then, I am, as always, sending you all so much love. Until then, keep shining.